What's up, guys? It's been a minute, and by that I mean that I didn't post a video yesterday. I think this might be the second day that I haven't posted a video, even though I promised that I would post a video every single day. Maybe I've done more, I don't even really know at this point. But do you guys like this shirt? It's my sister got it for me on off of Amazon for Christmas, and I I saw like a corner of it when I was opening it up, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" But I think pretty fire. Um, One of the things that I do is that like I just heard my brother flush the toilet, and then now I can hear him washing his hands in the bathroom. My house is very thin walls and doors, and I am quite self conscious about other people hearing me talk and hearing me make videos and whatnot. Of course, I just paused, even though he was walking by, and I shouldn't care about what people think. This video is pretty discombobulated, isn't it? But one of the odd things about the human mind is that you can be entirely sure that something um, is insignificant or is otherwise wrong, and then you do it anyway, or you don't do the thing that you think you should do, or no, not even you think that you know you should do, you know. And I'm not saying that there's absolutely no downsides to your friends and family knowing personally what you do and everything. Um, and I say this in terms of making content, I don't think like my nobody in my family knows that I have made a YouTube channel and have made videos where I talk about a few personal things and give advice and whatnot. But at the end of the day, in a net way, I really don't think that it should matter so much. And I think that letting go of that and not caring should give you a lot of confidence, you know. I keep saying fucking I'm gonna quit doing that, but and I think I'll just leave this video uncut because who even cares? Fuck me, dude. A big issue that I've struggled with in school has been perfectionism, and like I think I've actually said this before that I'm like recording while I'm trying to finish an essay and whatnot, and partially the reason, not even really the reason why I didn't upload yesterday, but something that happened yesterday was that I had actually planned to begin producing a video for my main channel, which I honestly should have began doing after I finished the 30 days of uploading a video every day. Um, and I was precisely gonna title the video like that title. I was gonna do it like a realistic 30 days of uploading. Starting YouTube out, something like that. And it's just another thing about having lower standards when you're starting something out because oh my god, this video is so convoluted, but I'm literally like, of course that video is going to be higher quality. I'm going to make an aesthetically pleasing thumbnail and title, and I honestly part of me expects that it's going to get views, but I think I really shouldn't expect that rather than just hope for it, because I think that I can produce a good video, but at the same time, if it doesn't perform well, which like I shouldn't expect it to perform well because I am still just beginning. Like who even, and also who even cares? I'm saying all this stuff about who cares and thinking about all of these kind of individualist ideas because recently and by recently I mean like literally just before the recording of this video and why I got the motivation for it, I was listening to this Twitch streamer Asmon talk about a few things. And of course, if you don't know, he's a World of Warcraft streamer, and he'll stream for a very long time just playing World of Warcraft, which isn't a very difficult game. It's like somewhat idle, quite grindy, killing mobs and getting items and everything, going to events. And he is, of course, very, very rich and well off because from all the Twitch donations and stuff, but he is also, I don't know, what was it getting at? He's not necessarily somebody who you'd aspire to be in terms of looks and oh my that's not necessarily what I mean. He's not like his room is very messy and he doesn't you wouldn't want to live his life. Oh my god, I'm okay, I will cut the video here because actually no, I won't cut the video here, whatever, man. Now should I? One of the things that he talked about was that you shouldn't I mean you should care partially what the viewer thinks of your videos. And I did mention in the I think of my regular viewers when I am talking about this sort of thing. I think of Bible Camp Victim, I think of Vorash and Nick or whatever. I mean, the thing is, your at is like N with like 20 P's, but then your actual channel name is like Nick P or whatever. I don't even know, but of course it does matter to some degree. Um, the impression that you give to your audience, but also you really shouldn't like. It would be better if you just watched the videos that Asmon Gold made. I'll link them in the description, and I'll just explain what I'm talking about here. Like, the reason why I'm talking about him is because even though you probably necessarily wouldn't want to live the life that he's living, he is very individualistic, and he seems to be living life that he just wants to live. And regardless of what you do, I think that if you can just like do exactly what you want to do and it doesn't hurt anybody else except for like maybe pissing off a few random people on the internet or something, because who even cares about that, then that's just like the end goal. Like, absolutely. Like, if you can do whatever you want to do and I'm gonna title this video what am I gonna title this video? I made the first video squashing my perfectionism with a bad video. And I think that I should maybe just lower the standards for these videos like entirely. Because of course for the first 30 videos, they were mostly made. Of course they were very raw and authentic, but I did put somewhat of an effort into them. I would cut them so that the message made sense. I would title the video well, which in a way that I think that it would get clicks. I would, cut off any random ramblings that would make people bored, and I did try and make them very watchable. But these videos, I think that it is very good. In the pursuit of honing in my speaking ability and my coherence and everything to just keep these videos uncut and then see my progress, because I mean that makes this more of a personal journey than like a thing where I'm some kid who might be able to help some of his brethren with problems that they're dealing with. But any video is better than no video in my eyes. And if I produce a shit video, it's like, well, at least it's something. And I honestly haven't been super happy when I think, oh, I've got to record something when I get home, and then I come home and I think of an idea and it's like, oh, okay, I guess I can talk about that. So then I talk about it, and it's okay. Actually, I actually kind of maybe feel little tidbits of passion here and there. And then when I'm editing it, it's fine. It's all right work, I guess. And then I publish it, and it's like, okay, I got that done. You know. And maybe I enjoyed it like a little bit, but there's other projects that I'd like to work on more. So this this isn't quite something that I'd want to I wouldn't quite want to keep doing something that I'm not entirely vibing with. Hey, comment down below what you guys do when you listen to my videos, because of course I've got a few regulars here who will actually comment on what I talked about in the video. Like, are you guys like doing dishes or like playing video games? Like, tell me down below. Um, I just farted. I think I'm gonna end the video here because of course I tried to get a few points across, but it ended up being so. Actually, no. I should say the purpose of this video. What even was the purpose of this video? Well, it's 11:55 p.m. right now, and of course I have not made a video today, and I honestly didn't even plan to make a video today. But the reason I'm doing it right now is a similar reason for why I produced the first video on this channel, which is that you should be able to just do whatever you want online and be your own like individual and not let anybody stop you from doing that. And me producing right now, I can barely even say producing because technically I am producing this video, but it's really just me setting up my webcam and microphone and then recording it and then leaving it uncut and then uploading it to YouTube and whole over 12 minutes. Is anybody gonna watch this? Who cares, you know? What's a good message that I can say with context that will inspire the viewers of the video? People don't remember your failures like this one. They remember what you do well. And if I record some videos like this that are just total shitters, you know. And by the way, I'm gonna leave this channel on. I think I'm gonna leave it unmonetized, and I might do that for the main channel as well because personally, when I receive an ad while watching a video, I just hate it, you know. And of course, it's good to make money, so I might do it through Patreon or some other means. But just like, I'm like, this is just me going on tangents. Hey, actually, I think I'm gonna title this video random tangents with like no correlation between them. You know, they just, I mean, they do kind of string into each other, but they're all pretty off. But something that okay, people will say that you're being humble for doing certain things. Like not trying to make money from doing YouTube videos or not trying to do something that would benefit yourself in a field which greatly benefits other people. But one of the things that is left out of that equation a lot of times is that when you do things that other people, um, or rather when you don't do things that other people dislike, um, such as having ads on your videos, um, those people will think, oh wow, this person really cares about their audience. That's great. And in doing that, yes, you're not going to make money off of AdSense, but people will respect you more and you will gain more popularity because you have a higher respect and a higher public image, you know? So I honestly think that not doing these things purely for like these things that are purely for your self benefit, like including ads on your videos, I think that they're not entirely selfless because there is like an amount of PR that comes from being like, oh, I don't make any money from the things that I do. And of course, I do care about the viewers, but I also do want to have my videos succeed. I want people, well, I mean, I want certain people to like me just because that means I can get, popularity on my videos, but who cares about the people that don't like me? You know, it doesn't matter who you are. The people that do like me, that's great, and the people that don't, whatever, man. Um, but yeah, it's like just one of the benefits of not acting in self-interest is that it uplifts your public image to a height that may increase your popularity in such a way that you actually may be able to monetize off of it, potentially more than if you did quicker, more selfish means, you know. And now I'm gonna try and remember the thing that I was talking about before this. What even led into it? I said I'm gonna keep. Oh yeah, I said shitters, and then oh yeah, producing total shitters. Why did I say that? Um, producing total shitters. Whatever. I'm just gonna talk about something else really random. Of course, I'm a sophomore in high school. I have like Italian beard genetics, so I look older than I am. But last year, I was just thinking about this earlier today, just randomly. I I heard some of my no. So I did football last year, American football, and I'm not doing it this year because I don't like the concussion danger. Like that's just I honestly think it's just stupid. Like in the moment, I was thinking like I was weighing the pros and cons, and one of some of the pros are like it's experiences that you're never gonna forget. You're never gonna forget when you're running with the ball down the field and your friends are all cheering you on, and you're tackling motherfuckers and you're doing all this, manly shit. And of course, I do think that that is entirely true, and the feeling that you get from that, I've had a couple feelings like that. I mean, I was a defensive lineman, so I didn't get a whole ton of that, but like I recovered the ball once, and that was really exhilarating. I think that it is all very positive and beneficial, but it's pretty much inevitable that in playing American football, if you get a lot of playtime, that you're gonna get a concussion. And when you look up the side effects of concussions, especially when they're bad ones, and I have seen my friends get them just from like just from playing every single just from practice. I had a friend who literally got a concussion from practice, and he couldn't go to school for like a few weeks because he had fallen on the back of his head because he kept trying to practice even though he was tired. He spent 6.5 hours shuffling cards because he couldn't really do much else because his brain needed to like relax. So now he's really good at shuffling cards. Uh, but the um, the long term defects, I think, really outweigh the pros in terms of what's gonna affect you negatively rather than the little short term positive stuff. And like, there's other fun stuff to do. I'm gonna have like I've had shit tons of fun just like lifting with my friends at the gym. That's awesome. I think I'm gonna include a clip at the beginning of this video and be like, "Hey, I start." Yeah, actually, I'm gonna include this right now. And I'm gonna keep it here so that people will encounter it 18 minutes into the video and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's when he said that." Um, I, there's gonna be so much like a thing that I really want to improve with my speech is that I have so much blank space. Like I don't know what it is with me. I mean, I'm kind of tired right now, and I also haven't spent a lot of the day talking to people. And yeah, I don't know. I one of the things that I was, and then I just transitioned into random topics. This is another thing. Knowing doesn't necessarily mean knowing how. You know, there's a difference between knowing and being and doing. You know, you've got to know, and then you've got to do and do and do, and then you got to be. So I do wonder if I'm neurologically different in such a way that I forget the topics that I was previously talking about. But I think that's also a thing that happens when you are talking about things that don't feel quite as significant to you. Because this video doesn't have any overarching message to it, you know, it has themes of individuality and random mentions of Asmongold, but it's I think because I don't have one theme that I'm trying to perpetuate, and it's just a bunch of random garbage. I don't place a kind of mental importance on the things that I have just said. Um, and you'll have this with friends where you're talking about something and then it randomly transitions into something else, and then like a minute after that you were like, what were we talking about again? And then you just like literally can't remember it because you like it was entirely subconscious. You didn't even give a shit, and like your brain hasn't made an effort to remember it because you never thought it was important, you know. And then I've just forgotten what I'm gonna say. I think it partially is because I'm kind of sleep deprived and because I haven't gone to school at all. You know, I've been on a week of spring break and honestly have spent a lot of my time just you know, eating junk food and video games and other habits which you could guess, which I will stop doing from now on. I genuinely will. And by the way, tell me how you think my depth of speech is and everything, because I am trying to project a little bit more, like use a bit more of my natural deep voice rather than like because of course you can try and perpetuate a deep voice like this, you can try and act all manly and everything, but it sounds artificial. But yeah, like tell me honestly, because I think I'm speaking kind of well here, but I also don't like I think that talking in this sort of I can't even I fucking hate when I'm trying to think of a word and I can't remember the word, and I it just doesn't come to mind, and you try and replace it with another word, but that word just doesn't fit. And like you can replace it with a word and I guess it works, you know. I guess you can just keep going along with the sentence and it works, but it's like you can talk in this very, you know, convincing, diplomatic, manly manner, and like that's good in certain contexts where you need to be very where you want to be diplomatic and everything, and that's not the word I'm trying to think of. But I don't think it's necessarily bad to have like little bits of where you speak at a slightly higher pitch, you know, and sometimes that's even a thing. And like I'm trying to learn Japanese right now, as a very entry level because I'm gonna fucking leave to go to Japan in 2.5 months for an exchange trip, and I'm now gonna transition to that topic and forget what I was talking about before. Something odd about me. I'm not necessarily sure if it's me in particular. Like I don't know if other people struggle with this as well, but the previous video that I made called "The Importance of Your Visions," which the title, the thumbnail, actually, no, yeah, the thumbnail looks like this. It looks like that. Um, I talked about how I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I did any personal anecdotes, um, but I I'm not sure if I mentioned in the video or not. I just said that it's important to remember why you are doing what you're doing, you know, um, because I frequently just forget, and of course, for Japan, it's I'm gonna leave on June 8th, and I have never flown before. I just recently got my passport, um, and I am going to be living in a with a homestay with a Japanese family who I currently have no idea who it's going to be. I'm going to be living with them for a month because it's a month long program, and of course this is a very big, very intimidating thing, but somehow, like literally today, I haven't even thought about Japan once. until I thought about how I haven't thought about Japan. Like, and I wonder if that's just a thing with me. If goals are just like a weird thing, you know? Because maybe something that I need to do. You know, of course, oh, I have Atomic Habits right here. Of course, in James Clear's Atomic Habits, he says to not focus on goals, but to focus on systems. But an issue that I have had is that I just forget the reason for um, why I want to achieve my goals, and thus I forget why I am even doing my systems. Excuse me. Um, so maybe what I need to do is I just need to like create like a kind of. I just muted my mic. Maybe I just need to create kind of a mental note for myself, like in the future. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now. I have specific systems that I want to follow, which will get me to a better place in life um, than I am presently living right now. Because, of course, I. I know that the systems will get me the goals that I want, but I forget why I even want my goals. I talked about that I made a somewhat tangenty video called "We Lack Incentive to Be Great," which I think is a great title, but the video itself, because I left it unedited, was not very great. But the message that I gave in that video, it was more about comfort, in that like I'm some fucking privileged white kid in California. Like I literally have two Mercedeses back here, and I'm in like a fucking like my house isn't super nice, but like I've got food in the fridge. There's fucking like dessert shit in there. Like I live a very comfortable life, and what's odd is that it like you kind of can't force yourself. I guess I actually you can force yourself to live an uncomfortable life, but it's more difficult when you're just surrounded by comfort, you know. And I've got my somewhat expensive computer here, which I can play pretty much any video game I want on it. I've got food in the fridge, and I can eat whatever I want on it in it. I can take a hot shower, you know. I've got my phone, and I can do whatever I want with that. And of course, I guess it takes willpower to do the hard things, especially when you don't feel like it. You know, not so that's some fucking Hamza influence right there. You know, I will make a video on that guy on my main channel once at one point. Um, but yeah, I feel like it's something that I genuinely struggle with, where I no, I think maybe I just need to reframe my mindset on giving my ideas. Because this, you know what? Let me just I'm sorry. I feel like this hasn't been quite personal enough. Like I feel like I'm kind of just thinking out loud instead of talking to the viewer. See right there. So right there, my brothers came out of the bathroom again, and for a second, I thought, oh, I'm not gonna talk to the camera in front of my brother because I'm feeling insecure about that. And I said, you know what? Screw that. And I started talking to the camera right as he was going into his room. You know, and of course, he probably didn't even like hear what I was saying, but like that's progress, you know. Because I know that it's dumb, and if you know that it's dumb, why don't you just fucking do it? Like, come on. But I'm gonna apologize here because really instead of talking to like you directly, I've kind of just been like thinking out loud, and I'm really sorry for that. You know, I'll pet you. You know, that was weird, wasn't it? one of the good things about YouTube is that um, being weird gets you places. You know, I recently watched the I watched a few of Nikocado Avocado's videos, the recent ones, because I'm not gonna watch a fucking 350-pound dude fucking doing mukbang and kissing a guy. Like, that's not really what I'm into. But he, like, of course, he gained a humongous audience from just being, like, weird and obnoxious and crazy. And then now that he's lost all the weight and he's like super chill, um he's reaped like all the benefits from it. He's like, I regret nothing. And yeah, being weird on the internet, it's like, this is another thing that I say, like, people remember your wins, not your failures. That dude was like weird as like shit, and he, of course, he is like still kind of weird, but like, I'm not even gonna lie. I fucking respect so much somebody who can just like put themselves out there and like not give a shit at all what other people think, and become successful, you know. Which, regardless of how you think about his pre two steps ahead content, is something that he certainly embodied. And he's I watched a few of the videos about like his skin reduction surgery and stuff, and he's been like, I regret nothing. And I was able to, he talks all fucking like Twinkies, like, I was able to be myself, and it was so fun, you know. By the way, is twink a slur? Because I've heard of, like, a few people like say it recently, like it's not. I mean, I don't know. I apologize if it is. I don't even. Let me look it up actually, because this is already a long rambly video. So like, is twink a slur? Um, I'm getting like, uh, yeah, I'm not really getting much. It seems like it's like a thing that, maybe, I think it's just a thing that kind of depends on context, you know. But if you're just like joking around and you're like, you know, this Twinkie dude, it's like, whatever, man. My fucking mom brought up twink death a few days ago, and what's funny is that my mom heard about it before I did. But like, apparently it's like Timothy Chalamet experiencing twink death. Like, it's when is anybody gonna listen to 32 minutes of me thinking? Okay, the problem here is that I am genuinely just like thinking out loud, and this is gonna be a really big file size. God, yeah. You know what? Let me. Whenever I, what if I put you like in? What if I put you on top of the microphone? Wait, hold on here. Because you know, I do care about the viewer, of course, and I care about my own happiness. You know, I care about both of them, and that's completely fine. You know, that's great. Yes, you were now sitting on top of the microphone. Oh, jeez. Okay, what if I? Sorry there. The mic mutes when you do this. So it's you know. Oh, what if I put you on my light, will it be like overexposed? This is really dumb. But this is like another thing. It's like, no, oh jeez. Okay, yeah, whatever. Why don't I do this? Wait, hold on. There you go. Yeah, when I click on my camera, it like makes the video all like wide and shit. So do some bicep flex. Yeah. Another thing is that it's really good to experiment when you first begin doing something, and like, you can't expect to fucking be a killer right off the bat, you know. And this holy, the bicep vein is looking fucking sick, dude. This isn't necessarily a video which I think will inspire people right now. This isn't a video will which I think people will watch right now, being March. Well, I mean, now it's 12:19 p.m. being March 24, 2025, and people will hear me talk, get in focus. So I don't think that this is a video which people will hear me talking in, and they're gonna like right now they're gonna hear me talking. March 20. What date? March 24th, 2025. People will not be watching this video right now and think that I'm spouting a bunch of facts. Like maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I think this is more a video that will people will watch in like a few years when I hopefully have become successful, and they will hear tidbits of my um inherent wisdom, because even though I'm just a 16-year-old kid, you know, I, I'm honest with myself, and I think that partially like I'm gonna be so much smarter when I'm in my 20s and stuff, but I really try and remain objective, so that's one of my strengths, I think. But this is more a very experimental video, because you really need to be experimental right in the beginning, because like you can't expect to be a fucking winner right at the get-go. It takes a lot of experimentation and everything so that you can build skills. One of the things that I like that Alex Hormozy says, even though he's just like a fucking, he's a total businessman, entrepreneur, and people will criticize him saying that he gives terrible advice. Some of it probably is terrible, like maybe it's good for entrepreneurs, but not for the average Joe. But one of the things that he says, is that you shouldn't work to build immediate results, but that you should work to build skills, and that's really something that I want to do. Another reason why I'm making this video, and why I began making the videos, and why I should have made the couple videos on those 2 days where I didn't do them, is that I wanted them to be for accountability reasons, Hey, this is also a pretty cool video that my family could watch after I die or something, because they could hear like a totally candid, totally Canada's spouting. Oh my, could you please focus, Mr. Anchor C? What is this webcam called? I think it's called the C 2000. I don't know. But oh wait, there you go. I didn't do that. I need to point my fucking lamp at the wall so that I get better lighting. Why have I not done that yet? Wait, it's focusing on my microphone. I have to be close for the microphone for it to work. But okay, this could be a cool video that people would watch after I die. Yeah, because I'm just being totally unfiltered. I wish I could. No, because I wish I could be like that around my friends and around other people. Why fucking can't I? People will say, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. You fucking can, okay? If there's something exactly what I was saying earlier that you should do and you can do, and you really know that in the long run it's gonna benefit you, why aren't you doing it? Yeah. I do have a second channel, Griffin Lifts, which I have posted a few flexing videos on, but figure I might as well do this just because I'm fucking around. Hey, this chair was $137, right, on sale. Because so many of these full mesh chairs, right, they're over $300, but this thing, it's so nice, and actually, the cushion is bouncy. It's never gonna flatten. It's never gonna fucking feel like I'm sitting on a plank of wood. It's just it's just awesome, dude. some of this shit. Jacked reveal, secretly jacked this whole time. Yeah, let's go. Ready. If my brother walked out right now, then it would be quite confusing. But yeah, I have quite good genetics. And of course I do work hard as well, but like, I don't know. It is honestly mostly genetics. I think I'm gonna create a video on my main channel. Yeah. You know, I keep saying I'm gonna create a video on my main channel. And I said a few days ago, I'm gonna create a video on my main channel where I talk about 30 days doing YouTube. And then I haven't made it yet because I'm fucking procrastinating and being a little bitch. It's really nice to hear when like really wholesome like nice figures like Chris Bumstead will just like call you a bitch, you know, because it's in like an affectionate way, you know. It's nice. Um. Oh yeah, I do have a channel, Griffin Lifts, where I posted like a few YouTube shorts of me flexing and stuff, and like the first couple I posted actually got 8,000 and then 6,000 views, but like those are YouTube shorts, so like who cares, man? There's so many things that I genuinely know are just right, and I know that I should be doing, and then I'm just not doing them, and it's so stupid. It's just like why even, man? Let me quit. I'm looking at actually. There you go. Now I have myself on my other monitor, which is currently turned off, so now I can't even see myself. So I'm now forced to look at you, which is who I should be looking at. And being forced to look at you somewhat like makes it less a little bit less like uh not like I don't know, it makes it like mean less to you, right? Because I'm not looking at you because I like really care about the viewer and everything. I'm just looking at you because I don't have the option to fucking look at myself anymore. But at the same time, it's probably just because I'm not quite used to talking to a camera like quite as much as, you know, the big YouTubers are, so I accidentally just tend to look at myself, you know. Um let's see. Am I a narcissistic asshole? Well, I'm not an asshole, you know, do I am I narcissistic? Maybe that's just something that happens when you fucking don't have friends and you have to think a lot. You know, that's partially true. People say I don't have friends, you know. Actually no, they don't say like that. They're like fucking other 16-year-olds in comment sections, you know, 16 or under, who'll be like, I've no, or like I have no friends. But like they actually do have friends, and their friends are just like other nerds, you know. And of course I'm a nerd too, albeit a buff nerd. But like, um, I do have friends, but honestly, it's mostly just in the context of school, you know. Like I think something about me and something about how mature in certain aspects I am at this age compared to my peers. Like I think something actually I feel like I should have my camera somewhere here so that I can make sure that I that everything's working properly. Turn on other monitor, God. Um, but yeah, I honestly like it's my spring break right now, and Yeah, now that I think about it, aside from a track meet that I had, I literally have not even talked to my friends at all. Like literally not even a single text or a single message because people actually expect me to initiate things because like of course this isn't like a instance of like somebody coping and saying like, oh, I mean, none of my friends like me like that. Actually, anyway, no. What am I trying to say here? This isn't an instance of me thinking that I'm some sort of fucking like super nice, super like of me thinking that I'm sort of fucking like nice guy, super awesome person to be around, but people secretly despise him because people will literally like say how much they like my company and everything, and people I've been in Discord calls before where I say I'm gonna leave, and they're like, no, 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 don't leave, and it's like, God, I'm not your fucking pet, like God, but people do genuinely like my company, but I feel like to some degree, they always expect me to initiate. Maybe they think I'm some sort of fucking alpha male or something. I don't know, but like, I I don't know. I'm honestly just not even used to like texting friends and being like, hey, do you want to go and hang out and shit? It's like I don't know. It's just not something that I really do. But also I don't have a lot of the same interests that they do. Like there's been a few times where I've tried to play Fortnite with them and shit, and it's kind of fun, but like I'm not super familiar with that game, and like I'm also not super good, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of fun, but at the same time, it's like we're clicking on virtual heads in a virtual game, and I've like kind of got other shit to do. Like I don't know, I people will say, "Oh, be less serious," just enjoy playing a video game, just enjoy this shit. But it still holds true that when you're like playing a video game, you're literally creating like almost zero change in the actual world. And what although like one of the best things, right, is dumb fun. Where you're just having fun, having a blast. Like maybe you're just playing like some random fucking video game. Like one time I was playing like some random flash game with my friends at school. Like we ended up playing some like maybe it was like a bonk.io or something on the school Chromebooks, and that was like fun as shit. It was like I don't know. It's almost like a really simple version of like Super Smash Bros. But I was just like with my friends fucking around. That was great. But sometimes I am playing video games and I I'm using the strategy that other people use to cope playing video games, and I'll be like, it's nothing serious. I'm just having fun. But sometimes I literally will be playing it, and I'm genuinely just like knowing like this is like in the real world, this is absolutely useless. Yes, it can be fun in certain instances, but like just playing it by myself, like I've put 15 hours into Terraria in the past couple of weeks, and then I deleted my character in my world because it's just oh, it's just wasting my time. I have 800 hours in that game, and I remember like a few moments. Like, of course it's cool, it's a fun game, but like part of me feels like my childhood was just wasted. You know. Let's see. Are you guys getting any value out of this? Does it even matter? I mean, I said earlier, like it's gonna be sort of a time capsule that people can look on in the future and be like, "Oh, 16-year-old Griffin was thinking of that shit." And also, no, I should consider that my future self is probably no, my future self will 100% um, at least think that at least certain aspects of me will be a fucking dumbass because I honestly have thought the same things as early as when I'm 9 years old, and I'm thinking, am I gonna be any smarter than I am now? Because of course, right now I'm very intelligent, and in the future, when I think of myself right now, me being 9 years old, and I think of myself in the future, will my future self be like, wow, that kid was so smart? No, I was a fucking dumbass. Oh my god, dude. And let me try and predict what like my 25-year-old self will think of myself right now. Um, I think that he will think that, well, this is pretty much just what I think of myself, but like I think I have a lot of kind of like early developmental kind of tidbits of like wisdom, all these little tidbits of things that will matter and will grow, kind of even kind of like really make me grow into the person who I am gonna love to be, you know. Um, but I think that my future self will also know that I lack a lot of experience in things, and will probably notice a lot of the fundamental um, like mindset, um, things that aren't good. I discovered like just about a year ago now, and then a few months ago, um, that I've had like literally like negative self esteem. Like there was this girl who I like. We never officially dated because I had fucking like terrible commitment issues, and it was also eighth grade, so like what even is dating? But like, I essentially dated her in eighth grade, and I like I she liked me, she really did. Like she would always smile whenever she saw me, whenever I would text her, and also she would never like text me straight away. Oh, that was another thing. She would like there were literally two times where she initiated texting with me, and I would text her like every day. But I would always text her, and she would text back right away. She would send me hearts and smiley faces, all that shit. We'd hug. It was great, and I really liked hanging around with her. She was very kind to me, and something fundamentally wrong with me at that time was that I literally had zero self esteem, and I genuinely couldn't fathom, literally, like the thought was and literally unfathomable. I could not fathom that she actually liked me as a person. Like even though everything was there, like I was genuinely nice to her. I was somewhat attractive at the time in terms of fucking eighth grade shit. Like it makes sense why she would have liked me, and I literally knew this at the time. But like when one time she actually did say she liked me after probably 7 months of like me being a fucking inconsistent asshole. She said she did. I was like I literally texted her like, oh, I didn't expect this. Like like of course she fucking liked you. She'd fucking send you hearts and smiley faces and respond instantly and smile all the time. It's like, what do you? This entire time I thought she was just some fucking angel because she was like treating me with like such a high respect. Like I was like, wow, this girl's so nice, because she's just being so nice to little old me. It's like no, she just liked me, and yeah, and then I kind of discovered recently, after feeling overly attached to her, honestly, post post fucking silly eighth grade breakup. Honestly, like I'm not even gonna lie, bro. My middle school girlfriend, I could not get over her until like halfway through my sophomore year. How fucking pathetic is that? um, but I think it was because you know how this is a thing on like Android phones where if you swipe left on like all the way left onto your homepage, you will stumble upon like the news articles, right? I was just like fucking brain dead, like looking at my phone, and I saw an article that was like 7 signs that you received low affection as a child, and I had literally all of them, every single one of them. And I think that my over attachment to her, it was not because she was really cute and nice and everything. Of course, to some degree she was, but that's not enough reason to be so fucking stuck on her and thinking of her obsessively 2 years after you fucking broke up with her in middle school. um I think it's just because like my mom does love me, and she does I know that she does care for me, but I think there were some things that happened in my early life, which like led to her not quite giving me the attention that I needed when I was a kid. And I think that my over attachment to this girl who I had fucking had a relationship with in middle school, it was just a kind of inner desire for that kind of feminine love that I actually craved from like my mother and stuff like that. And once I realized that, I all of like the craving that I had for this pretty much this like one girl who I had a relationship back then, it just kind of like disappeared because I was like, oh, this makes sense now. So I think that in the future I will have a few things that I realize like, oh, I had these fucking malignant complexes that were really holding me back, and now I've hopefully my 25 year self hopefully my 25-year-old self is not like a fucking drug addict doing a bunch of shit that I would not approve of, you know. I really hope that my present self is much more of a dumbass than my 25-year-old self is, you know. I I mean, I say that of course YouTube actually the original slogan of YouTube was broadcast yourself. And in this video, I'm doing a lot of introspection and saying a lot of things that honestly, probably only I am going to find interesting, you know? Only I and people who are very interested in me, you know, not necessarily romantically, but just like they enjoy me as a person, you know? But I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to talk a bunch of random talk about a bunch of random shit about yourself, you know. But yeah. Of course I now just didn't want to continue talking while my sister was walking through the kitchen, but I also did need a sip of water. Um and it was a good time for that, wasn't it? People don't remember your failures, they remember your wins. If you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this video, I'm talking to future Griffin here. Um, more importantly, because I am the most important one here. If fucking anybody enjoyed this video, including myself, including people who are just like random people who don't actually really, I mean, it's all a parasocial relationship, you know. No one really. Oh my, this is just Asmon Gold fucking philosophies right now. I'm tainting the end of this video, and what I really mean to say is thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.